Guys, welcome back to the SaaS CMO Show. Today on episode number 2 for the first episode of the year, I'm joined with Jimmy from Ipsum. How you doing?
Everything good, Joseph. How are you?
Awesome. How was your new year been so far?
It's been so great, actually. A lot of work, but really good.
Awesome. So let's kind of get things kicked off. So, kind of start from the beginning. What is it, whenever you kind of, initially got into marketing, what is it that made you want to get into, into the kind of marketing world? And what kind of attracted you to kind of, this kind of world of marketing?
Okay. First, I actually study mass communication over in Venezuela.
Mm.
And I was introduced to advertising. Then I have a degree in advertising. But ever since I was in the classes and I was introduced to marketing, I said, oh my God, this is the way to go.
Yeah.
And that's my main goal. I read some really good books from Mr. Cutler. He's the father of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, you know what, this is my goal, just to get to be someone in marketing, specialized in so many things in marketing. And that's what I've been going through all these years. I've been working in marketing for around 11 to 12 years right now.
Uh-huh.
And as a matter of 2 years, I actually specialize in inbound marketing and all that is related to digital marketing.
And have you always been in B2B, or have you come from B2C? Like, have you always stayed in B2B, or?
Actually, I come from B2C.
Okay.
I used to work for an advertising company,
Mm-hmm.
but then I actually went to started as a marketing manager from another company, and I started there. I started B2B, and then here I got here to Ipsum, and now I'm B2B also.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. And I guess kind of relating to how you got involved with Ipsum, what made you kind of hear about these guys, and how did you kind of find out about where you're currently working at as a CMO?
It was actually pretty peculiar because I was working for also a SaaS company, and I received a message from my CEO today. His name is Franco.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, I'm looking for someone with your profile. And I wanted to talk to you to see if actually my proposal is something that will work for you. And I said, okay, let me hear about the company. And he told me, okay, the company name is Ipsum. You can go ahead and check it on the website.
Yeah.
And exactly that's what I did. And what got me into Ipsum was actually that is also a SaaS company. We're a startup. And when it was related to software and technology, it got me right there. And I said, you know what, this is a project that I would like to work with, and I would like to leave my mark on marketing, and that's when I decided to join with them. And it's been a great journey so far.
Got it. Okay. And has this been your first kind of like B2B role, or had you come from other B2B roles before?
Actually, this is like my third B2B role.
Got it. Okay. And question, do you prefer B2B to B2C, or like do you think they're kind of the same? Like which kind of world do you prefer of marketing?
As of now, I will work better for B2B.
B2B.
B2C, it's the strategy, it's kind of similar, but not that much.
Got it.
And yeah. B2B, you have to know the market a little bit, and you have to know exactly where you're going to aim, and just go ahead and shoot. It's really, for me, it's been easier.
Makes sense. Okay. And since you've been, how long have you been working with Ipsum before? How long have you been with these guys?
For Ipsum right now, it's going to be 6 months already.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so since you've been working with these guys, what's really been I know you mentioned inbound marketing there, but what are some of the strategies that you've, since implemented that are kind of helping these guys grow?
Okay. One of the strategies that I have implemented here is actually the marketing automation. Everything related with automation, with CRMs and the marketing hub. We have a good CRM. That's actually what we've been working with. Yeah. And one of the main goals here is actually to attract and generate more leads, so the business can actually keep going and growing.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. And kind of touching on that, like, what are some of in terms of marketing automation, cover that's it's a really big world. What are some of the things that you've, whether is it like email automate, like what are some of the things that, that you're doing kind of within that kind of automation?
It's actually been a mix. Since we are a B2B, it's been a mix. We have been doing some of the old marketing and some of the new marketing, like I said.
Yeah.
For automation, we do have massive email marketing.
Hmm.
Also, we do have workflows to work with automation, having like messages per se for clients for every 7 days to see what they're going through.
Yeah.
We have been catching some IPs on through our website and see what are the actions they're taking on our website.
Hmm.
From that, we take them to our blog. They can read our blog, the post, or actually social media. When they go to
Hmm.
social media, we do have links everywhere, so
Yeah.
actually they can go ahead and link back to our webpage. And actually,
Yeah.
they can fill out a form, and then we have the all the details, and then
Hmm.
we actually kind of get them through all the marketing automation.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. And are you, in terms of platforms that you guys are using, are you finding that platforms like LinkedIn are really kind of, yeah, are you getting a lot of leads from these types of kind of B2B platforms right now? Or what platforms have kind of performed the best for you guys so far and are currently performing the best?
Actually, what we're working is with Hotspot, and it's been awesome. I
Yeah.
cannot actually say anything negative about it. It's been great.
Hmm.
We do have been doing some ads over Instagram and Facebook. And LinkedIn is something that we have planned for the next campaign. Not right now, the one that we have going on, but it's going to be on the next campaign we're going to do for actually have a lot of leads from LinkedIn.
Got it. Makes sense. Makes sense. And are you guys thinking about using things like LinkedIn ads and stuff? Is that kind of the way you'll go? Like in terms of, are you guys more using kind of outbound sales, or is it more kind of inbound PPC kind of stuff for you guys?
Right now, we do have some outbound,
Hmm.
and what I'm trying to implement is to do more inbound.
Hmm.
Because when we do some outbound, we do have cold callings, and
Yeah.
it's not that actually that good for the business. But with the inbound that we have implemented here, it's kind of started working right now,
Hmm.
and the leads that are coming in and actually looking, they know what they're looking for, and they're actually looking for a platform that can do what we do. So it's been easier actually to work with them.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. And kind of looking, obviously we're at new decade now. That
Yeah.
I feel like over the last few years, the marketing, especially in B2B, has kind of caught up a lot, because I always think that the B2C world and B2B marketing world is always, B2C always seems to be 100 miles ahead in terms of some
Yeah.
of the strategies, in terms of some of the things, that methods that they use. How do you think the B2B world kind of over the next 5-10 years is going to kind of change? New, like, influencer marketing is, like, from your perspective, what are some of the different things that do you think will kind of we will see in the B2B marketing world?
Well, actually, in the B2B marketing world, we can see some of the AI that is actually kicking in
Hmm.
pretty hard.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that's going to be for the next 5 to 10 years. Is going to be actually what's going to actually go around us. It's going to be all AI.
Hmm.
That's something that in our platform we're starting to implement is the AI, and actually I think we are aiming that way, and I think B2B world is actually aiming that way too. So um, my perspective is in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be all AI. It's going to be more automation. It's going to be actually more inbound than outbound,
Yeah, I
and
agree. Yeah.
that's going to be something that is actually better for the whole market.
Yeah, yeah. I think, especially going over the next few years, I think brand in B2B is going to become so important. I think if a lot of companies can really start utilizing, podcasts and different shows, and really building that brand and on
Yep.
LinkedIn, where you can get in front of decision makers, I think that's going to be really, really important, over the next few years. I'm sure you'd agree. And when, do you think it'll ever get to a point? I always try and think about this. Do you think the B2B will kind of get to a point where outbound sales doesn't become redundant, but it kind of becomes nowhere near as important as it's, been for the last, few decades? Do you think it
Yep.
will get to that point where it is almost non-important and it's inbound?
I guess, yeah, we're going to get to that point. It's going to be more inbound than outbound, and I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure about it because if you see the market right now, we're actually leading that way. So I guess we're going to have a less cold callings, and we're
Hmm.
going to have
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
nurture leads, and that's going to be a little bit better. And I guess the whole strategy is to have content marketing. That's the way to go
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. I think I think different platforms where you can, like LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn really is like the B2B
Yeah,
platform now to be on in
correct.
terms of really using content, building that brand. I think it's going to be so important, over the next, like I said, next decade. And if imagine, a CMO is his first, CMO role. He's never been a CMO before. Okay, what advice
Okay.
would you give? Imagine it's a fairly new startup, right? They've got 5-10 people. They're trying to grow. What advice would you give? Maybe someone who's in a similar market to you guys, or just in the B2B kind of software world. What advice would you give, to them in terms of implementing and kind of growing, the overall kind of marketing? What advice would you give?
Okay. First of all, I will tell them, get to know your potential lead.
Yeah.
Um, Fill them and build them with a lot of content,
Mm-hmm.
and of course use automation. Start with a good CRM, that way you can actually go ahead and see how you grow. Because when I started here, we started with having around maybe 30 to 40 leads a month,
Yeah.
and right now it has escalated to 140,
Wow.
150. And for me, that's not the top. I want
Yeah.
more, and I
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
for more. So I guess my advice would be that actually to go
Mm-hmm.
and get to know your potential lead, have a good content, and fill them with that. Uh, as soon as you have a lead that actually knows what they're looking for, it's going to be a lot easier to actually make sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. And are you guys kind of going back to that? I know you mentioned kind of you're getting a lot of leads right now. Are you guys using PPC? So are you doing Google ads? Are you doing Facebook ads? Or are you kind of, is it fully just content based right now
Right
in
now,
terms of?
we're fully content based right now. Yeah,
Got it.
it's
Okay.
been a strategy that actually, for Latin America, it's working. And we do not only have clients here in Chile, but we do have clients also in Mexico, Colombia,
Mm-hmm.
Peru. We do have a technical office over in Peru.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what seems that the actual strategy has been working on.
Got it. Makes sense. So really, it's really identifying the ideal customer, really knowing them, and then
Correct.
kind of creating content that is specific for their needs, their pains, and kind of really
That's correct.
creating a content
Yeah.
strategy around that. Where are you distributing this content? Is it on LinkedIn? Is it just LinkedIn, or is it on different? Is it like through
We
email as well? Or
No, we do have on LinkedIn. We have on many other platforms,
mm-hmm.
and we do have all of them linked to our blog, our
Got it.
webpage. Or actually, we do have also some landing pages, so they can actually download ebooks,
Mm-hmm.
and all that downloadable content.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And are you guys? I take it you're doing like a demo process where they sign up and you guys do a demo. Is that how you?
Yes, we do have a form that you can actually go ahead and fill it out,
Mm-hmm.
and had request a demo from us actually. And we do have a sales manager that he goes around with all the demos.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty good actually, because it's doing it's over actually a video call.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's been working out.
Got it. Makes sense. Cool. Awesome. So to kind of, I guess, wrap things up, let's look ahead. What is your goal in the kind of marketing? What do you want to achieve come, 10, 15 years in terms of what market do you want to leave in the kind of, B2B software world?
Okay. Like I said, since I'm being here in Ipsum, I want to do. I want to leave my mark here. I wanna
Yeah.
see this company grow.
Mm-hmm.
One of our main goals is actually to open market in USA,
Yeah.
and we're actually pretty close to that. We're also looking for
Mm-hmm.
venture capitals to see to get interested in our software,
Yeah.
and we do have investment from two companies
Yeah.
that we actually believed in us, and it was great. It was awesome because that way we actually grew a little more. But like I said to my CEO, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. And
Yeah.
for me, I see myself here around maybe 5 to 10 more years, and I want to
Mm-hmm.
see Gibson grow. Maybe go back and to the States and start the headquarters over there,
Mm-hmm.
and see how this company actually becomes the number one company for in construction industry.
Yeah. And are you guys right now, before we kind of wrap up, are you targeting just Latin America? Are you guys in Europe as well, or is it just for kind of
No,
where you guys are looking?
we do have a lot of our clients are in South America.
Yeah.
We do have another client in Malaysia
Yeah.
and Mexico. We do have like 3 clients, and we're looking, like I said before, is to open market in the USA.
Hmm.
Like to say like the big leagues. If you actually
Yeah.
open market over there, you're done, and that's
Yeah.
what we're looking for. That's our aim.
Yeah. And do you find that, it's easier to advertise in, where you guys are right now compared to, for instance, the UK, kind of the USA, the bigger markets? Do you find that it's a lot harder to get, easier to advertise where you guys are right now compared to, other markets and kind of different places across the world?
Right now, on the stage that we are, on the market that we are, is we do know a lot more Latin American. It's really easy because we do know how the leads actually work, what they're
Hmm.
looking for. And if we've been trying to open market to the USA, and yes, it has been not that easier,
Yeah.
but it's actually like the same language. You know what their pain is, what they're looking for, and you have to go ahead and attack them that way.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
that's one of our main goals. Actually, we do have right now a web page. I'm going to give you a heads up right now. We're going to be opening a new web page in around maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Got it. Okay.
It's going to be like a version 2.0, and we're going to have it like in different languages because we have been getting leads from all over the
Contact
world.
from, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Awesome. Okay. Well, look, it's been really, really awesome speaking with you. Have you got any
Same
last
here,
tips?
Joseph.
Let's say any last tips to founders, marketing teams? In fact, what is your one piece of advice that you would give to anyone in the kind of marketing world if they're looking to, create a campaign? What's one piece of advice before we go that you would give?
Like I said, first, get to know your lead.
Yeah.
Second, have wonderful content. And then the third one, get to automation and work that lead out.
I love it. Awesome. Okay. It's been awesome speaking, Jimmy. And if
Thank you,
people want to
Joseph.
find you, is it ipsum.com? What's the, if people want to,
It's actually Ipsum, IPSUM,
Mhm.
app.co.
So yeah, I'll leave it in the description. Cool. Awesome.
Perfect.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you, Joseph. Have a
See you.
wonderful time.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.